Yeah, it makes sense.
Around like 4:30 can start dropping. Majestic, impressive, beautiful, number 75, regional hospital Red Cross, and for everyone in all 10 regions throughout Guyana. I am telling you, this is the time to get the PPP another
Let us give it up to Entrepreneur. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to present to you a young leader. He hails from the Quantine River. He is only 27 years old, and he is the Tushao of Oriala Siparuto. Let us welcome to the microphone Comrade Lawrence Vandenberg.
Everyone, who we voted for? My name is Lawrence Vandenberg. I hail from the villages of Oriel and Siparuta and the Tushao for both communities. And one thing I can tell you, since taking office over a year ago, I have had the support of the PPP, Progressive Party, Civic Government. The government has been nothing but supportive to our community. One thing I can assure you, that they have fulfilled most of the promises that they have made to our people in Oriel and Siparuta. And come September 4th, what we have taken office again, the progress will continue. We currently have a secondary school, a brand new secondary school being built in Oriel. This is great to reduce the stress of our young people coming to the coast. We have the health sector being greatly improved. We have our own doctor, nurses, and other medical staff. We have in the agri sector lands being cleared, thousands of planting materials being given to the communities, and there's more to come. We have a lot of shade houses. We have people being trained in agri sector. We have part-time workers. We no longer take the 5-hour boat to come out, at least majority of our community, which means therefore money is being pumped into our community. There is more to come. I only have a few minutes here, but I can assure you that given the next 5 years, majority of the promises that are fulfilled now, more will be fulfilled in the next 5 years. The growth PPP comes September 4th. I just want to say that I fully endorse our President, Dr. Irfan Ali, for a second term in office. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Tushao, the young Tushao for Oriala Siparuta. And over the last year, we have seen a number of persons have expressed their support for the People's Progressive Party Civic and President Irfan Ali. Today, I want to bring to the microphone a person who has seen the progress of our country, and she has joined the People's Progressive Party Civic. Let us welcome Gita Chanda, who is right here in Colombia.
Our president, and the leader political family. I am back at home. I am here proudly, moving and and the truth is that I have walked the journey and I have seen both sides. And I can tell you, without fear, without favor, without apology, and with a clear conscience, that the People's Progressive Party civic is the only party that will take us forward. It is the only party that has the competence, the efficiency, the heart, the bold, the visionary leadership to take us forward. And I cannot stand here in good conscience to say that I can turn a blind eye. And neither can any one of you can say you are turning a blind eye, because right before all of you, we are seeing the development taking place right before all of us as the national leaders. We are witnessing development that is touching every single door, every single household, and every family. The transformation is not a promise. Like the others will promise you, the transformation is a reality. It is real. It is tangible. And you can feel it. Can we not feel it, Barbies? Never in the history of our country have we seen so many opportunities for young people, so much hope for our families, so much growth and development that is taking place in every sector and every corner of Guyana. And that is something you all should be proud about. So beat your chest today, because the PPP is not only promising, it is delivering. Massive infrastructure to improve schools and hospitals, from better drainage to housing schemes, from jobs to scholarships. We are in the PPPC, we are not just building bridges and roads as some of them claim. We are building the future of every single one of you. The PPPC has not only transformed Guyana, it has restored our pride. It has given us renewed hope. Isn't that so? Aren't we all very optimistic? We are seeing what is happening in the region. Think about what is going to happen in the next 5 years. Think about it. There is no other party that can match the People's Progressive Party civic. I know my time is limited. But as a lawyer, I can stand here and I can speak to you for another hour. But none of this could have been possible without the bold and visionary leadership of our president, Dr. He is a man and a gentleman with unmatched energy. It's in the whole Caribbean. A man with a vision, a man that is bold, and a man who gets up every morning determined to see every single Guyanese rise. My time is up, but permit me to salute our national hero and the champion of earth, our Vice President, Dr.
Once again, let us give a rounds of applause to the 7 inspiring candidates. What they have given us is not only their experience, but they have testified to the progress that our country is making under the leadership of His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali. Ladies and gentlemen, now we will move on with our program. And I want to introduce to you a young artist who is right here from Barbados. Let us welcome Lisa to the stage.
Right now I feel windy that sorry. If you believe in the PPP, why don't you make some noise? Thank you very much. Make some noise for our president. Make some noise for our vice president. I'll make some noise for all the ministers. Thank you.
Let us put it up for Elisa. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring to you a young man from Region 6 who has been involved in a lot of community works. He has been working in New Amsterdam and around New Amsterdam. He has seen also the progress that our country is making under the People's Progressive Party Civic and our President, Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali. Let me introduce to you a young man from New Amsterdam, Mr. Sean Smith.
Barbies! Barbies! Who we voting for? Who we voting for? All right. Let me first of all publicly congratulate the People's Progressive Party civic leadership, His Excellency the President, Dr. Imran Ali, the Vice President and General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party civic, Dr. Bharat Jagdeo, for having confidence in me and recognizing my ability to serve and placing me on the list of candidates of the People's Progressive Party civic. For the short time that I have stepped foot into this mighty party, this party that seems to be growing overwhelmingly, smashing every other political force. For that short time, I have seen something that I have never seen before, which is, it is the only party that has the ability to unite the people of Guyana in a true sense. If you look across this crowd, I am telling you, the blue team, not the green team, cannot do this. And wherever there is unity, there is strength. And because there is unity in the People's Progressive Party, we can guarantee continued prosperity and progress. Under the leadership of His Excellency, Dr. Imran Ali, we have seen Guyana transform drastically from a lagging coalition 5 years. He has stabilized the economy. He has transformed Guyana into growing Dubai. We are enjoying so much so now that people from overseas are returning here and want to resettle in Guyana. My people, let me focus on our region here. The expansion and the growth in Region 6 is exceptional under his leadership. Not far away from here, there's an institute that is building that all of our young people will be trained who wish to go the course of oil and gas. And therefore, Region 6 young people can secure a future in the oil industry. The agriculture sector in Region 5, Region 6 is expanding drastically. Going to Blackbush Boulder and travel the entire coast, and we will see the expansion in all sectors in agriculture. I have a few minutes here, but I quickly want to touch on every area. Education. From New Amsterdam alone, we have over 12,000 young people that have enjoyed from the Gold Program. Housing has been at its best, always at its best under Imran Ali, His Excellency. I said this in an interview previously. When he was the Minister of Housing, he did the best. He became the President and he continued to expand and to make everyone live in comfort and happiness. Long live the People's Progressive Party Civic. Vote PPPC. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Comrade Sean Smith. Let us give it up for Comrade Sean Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, today is one of the largest crowd ever assembled here at Albion. We have thousands of people here from different parts of Region 6. People who have been overspilled in the Albion Sports Complex, on the Albion Public Road, and at different corners in Albion here this afternoon. That is testimony to the support for the People's Progressive Party. I want to bring to the microphone a young person, a community leader, a health worker who have been a nurse for the last 28 years, working in different parts of Region 6. She hails also from the Continent River, from Oriala, Siparuta. She is now working at the various hospitals in Region 6. Let us welcome Nurse Doreen Alpine to the microphone.
Good afternoon, Guyana! Good afternoon, PPP family! This party is a multi-ethnic party which has one guiding principle, and that is to deliver. Free education, it was promised and delivered. Jobs for young people, it was promised and delivered. Cash grants was promised and delivered. Support for agriculture was promised and delivered. And we can go on and on and on. This government has fulfilled all its commitments from 2020 to on date. All of us have seen the transformation of our beautiful country in all the sectors, not forgetting the 243 Amerindian villages throughout the length and breadth of Guyana. This is what we call one Guyana. So there is no other choice but the PPP party. We have to vote for the future of ourselves and our children and let progress continue. So on the 1st of September, put your X next to the cup. God bless our government and God bless Guyana. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nurse Doreen Alpine. Let me hear you for her. Ladies and gentlemen, I have, before this rally started, I have some of our comrades who are going around different parts of the crowd. And they just sent me a figure here that we have over 25,000 people gathered here today. And more people are coming to listen to the messages from the People's Progressive Party. I have now the great pleasure in introducing to you a person who has served our country well. He has served in the previous government from 2011 to 2015. And he is once again serving our country with distinction. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you our Minister of Finance, Dr. Ashley Singh.
Comrades and friends, fellow Barbicians. Let me hear you give a proper Barbies and Region 6 welcome to our President, our Vice President, our Prime Minister, and the leadership of the People's Progressive Party. I will rarely disagree with the executive secretary of our party, but whoever gave him that number did not count the comrades over there. They didn't count the comrades in the center, and they didn't count the comrades across the road. Because we are seeing today the biggest crowd that has ever been gathered at Albion. But this is not the only record-breaking crowd. Just 1 week ago, we had another record-breaking crowd at Kitty. Then the day after, we had the largest ever parade on nomination day. And whether it is from Kitty to Kurukururu, whether it is from Madhya to Maruka, wherever we go, whether it is potential, wherever we have gone over the last few weeks in preparation for the 1st of September, we have seen the biggest crowds ever gathered at a rally. And that tells me, and that sends a powerful message to the entire Guyana and to the rest of the world. And that message is that the People's Progressive Party is at its strongest ever. But the fact that we are at our strongest ever did not happen by accident. If you want to get a quick answer as to why the People's Progressive Party is at its strongest ever, right at Palmyra, as you cross the bridge, there is a beautiful big banner, a beautiful big billboard. And on the left of that billboard, you have a list of promises delivered. And on the right of that billboard, you have a list of our future plans. And these are just a few items that we have listed on that billboard. But what that billboard tells you is that we are a party, first of all, and we have a leadership in the persons of our president and our vice president and general secretary and our prime minister. We are a party with vision. We are a party with credibility and commitment to deliver. We are a party that has the competence to formulate plans and to execute them to improve the lives of the people of Guyana. But the truth is that although that's a beautiful billboard, you really don't need the billboard to know that, because you've been living it. For the past 5 years, I've had the honor on behalf of our president and the general secretary to visit almost every single village in Region 6. And I've heard one clear message. Well, in fact, two clear messages. The first is that you never want to see APNU and AFC and the opposition again. Because more than anybody in Guyana, of course, everybody in Guyana felt it, but you know it perhaps more than anybody else in Guyana, the people of Region 6 bore the brunt of APNU's lack of vision, their incompetence, their blatant political persecution and victimization of people. You know how it felt to live under the mismanagement and misrule of the APNU-AFC. You saw what happened, for example, when the sugar industry was closed. Not only did sugar workers feel the brunt of that, every single market every market vendor, every single taxi driver, every single shop owner felt the brunt of it because the economy dried up and no money was in circulation. And the clear message that I heard you say to Abdu AFC for the last 5 years is never again. No matter what disguise they come in, and no matter what color they're wearing, they might be wearing green or they may be trying to disguise in blue. Your position, I know, and our position as a Guyanese people is that never again will they be allowed to hold the reins of government. And I also heard a clear and even louder message from all of you, not only over the last few weeks, but I've heard this message for the last 5 years. Your appreciation and your love for the People's Progressive Party. Because you have seen that since President Ali assumed office, you have seen his vision. You have seen how he has diligently had his entire government implement that vision. You have seen the thousands of people who are back in work, the stimulation of the economy, the generation of incomes. You have seen it in the developments throughout the region. If we start from New Amsterdam, the new hospital that is under construction, and you go all the way up to number 75 Village, the new hospital that is under construction for Upper Quarantine 2. And in between, every single sector, whether it is education or health, even in your communities, you have seen how the face of your communities has been transformed, with community roads being built in every single village. So comrades and friends, you know that on the 1st of September, we must not only return the People's Progressive Party and Dr. Irfan Ali to government, but we must completely wipe the opposition out. Thank you very much. Vote People's Progressive Party and put your ex next to the cup on the 1st of September. Thank you very much.
Let us give it up for Dr. Ashley Sen. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to take you to another cultural item. We have a young person here. She hails from Georgetown. She will entertain us here this afternoon. Let us welcome Miss Umaya Hall on stage.
CBDC posting for your finish. You're ready to go to September 1st? That is it. So it's right there. Progress, ready to go. This is all I can. So talking at the Lord, we don't have to tell it.
Let us give it up for Omaya Hall. That was an electrifying performance just now. Let me hear you for her. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my greatest honor here this afternoon to introduce a person who has served Guyana well. A distinguished gentleman who has served us first in the army. He has served there with distinction. Today, he is our Prime Minister. And over the last 5 years, we have seen the work that he has done for us in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the greatest honor and privilege to introduce to the microphone our Prime Minister, your Prime Minister, Guyana's Prime Minister, Brigadier Mark Phillip.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. A round of applause to bring it up for President Mohamed Fadale. A round of applause for our General Secretary, Dr. Baron Jagdeo. Tremendous support from our dear First Lady, Madam Ariane, and all the young people on stage. 27 under the age of 25, big them up all. Comrades, this is a nice feeling for me. I am the oldest person on the stage, and I'm still looking young. Comrades, I could tell you about crowds. This is the biggest crowd for any activity in Barbados. Today, I'm a member of the Red Army. But I spent 35 years in the Guyana Defense Force. And I used to monitor crowds. And when I became Chief of Staff, I had intelligence officers who were monitoring crowds at every political campaign. And this is the biggest one in Barbados. and I can't help myself, I can continue monitoring crowds. The Red Army that I mentioned 2020 is no longer the Red Army, it's the Red Tsunami, according to our General Secretary. It's the Red Tsunami. 2020, we came with our motto, stronger together for a better Guyana. We have grown from strength to strength. Today we are stronger than we ever was in the history of Guyana. And it's only fitting that the motto must now be amended, forward together for a better Guyana. So the Red Tsunami is moving forward together for a better Guyana. You know, I have a story to tell. 5 years ago, sometime in January 2020, at this same location, I complained to the people that I joined the PPPC, and the senior leadership of APNU referred to me as African tokenism. And you know what? We ain't had one Guyana concept yet. So I braved all the criticism, all the names they called me, and people like me who joined the PPPC in 2020. And then our president came up with the concept of one Guyana, and we supported him with the one Guyana concept. And today, this is one Guyana. This is one Guyana. When I look up here, I see African Guyanese. I see East Indian Guyanese. When I came in, I shook hands with Amerindian Guyanese, Portuguese Guyanese, and the mixed Guyanese, the mixture, that is Guyana. Brad. We have achieved one Guyana, and we need to build on it. Shared prosperity to all the people of Guyana. We have went into every community with our people-centered approach. We listen to you, and remember it happened during COVID. We were restricted from doing many things. We put on masks. We went to you, we listened to you, and we start delivering on the promises we made to you. We had 2 years of COVID in the 5 years, but yet we built the streets in your community that you asked for. We built the new schools, the nursery school, the primary school, the secondary school that you asked for. We checked the early figures and we paid a COVID-19 cash grant to every household. In our first budget, we decided that we will ban our bellies and pay 200,000 school children because we care cash grant. And there is a story behind that that you must not forget. The PPPC government in 2014 paid the cash grant at $10,000 and the $4,000 for uniform, and they had no revenue from oil and gas. 2014. Remember this. The people in Guyana elected a government that run the affairs of this country in the most incompetent manner from 2015 to 2020, and not a child, not a from the Because We Care cash grant. You know why? Because they didn't care about your children. They took the money and they did other things. They nice up themselves, live fancy life, fancy car, fancy scholarships, fancy insurance policy. And when we got back in office, and we didn't get back in office, it wasn't an easy task. Let me tell you another story. We had the election on the 2nd of March, 2020, and by close of business, on the 3rd of March, when all the statements of poll came in, and every political party, including the PPPC, had the statement of poll. Every political party added up, and they knew who was the winner. Our General Secretary at Freedom House turned to me and said, "Congratulations, Mark, you will be the next Prime Minister." The only reason he could have said that, because he knew without a doubt that we won the election. The AP and UAFC knew without a doubt that the PPPC won the election. And they held on, they held on, and they held on, and they tried all kind of legal gymnastics to stay in power. But you know what? Eventually, they had to give in, because the whole world was watching, and the whole world was in supportive of ensuring democracy prevail in Guyana. And the whole world knew without a doubt that the PPPC was rightfully elected and must form the next government. So, comrades, with a 5 months delay, we already had our manifesto. We had already communicated our manifesto to you. But we had to wait 5 months, and there was COVID. And when we assumed office on the 2nd of March, 2020, we hit the ground running with all the development plans being implemented for you. So, comrades, you had 5 years of solid, sustained development under the visionary leadership of our President, Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali. Comrades, this is serious. Are you going to risk that now? Are you going to risk that now? So, comrades, you have to put your X next to the cup on the ballot sheet. Comrade, this is not a time for risk taking. This is serious time. You have an opposition who refused to apologize for attempting to rig the election in Guyana. You have a barefaced set of people who come into you and ask you for your vote. Tell them no. 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 And the only reason you're going to tell them no is because you already seen the development. You feeling development. And you hearing about the development. You seeing, you feeling, you hearing. And as a previous speaker mentioned, even the Guyanese overseas want to be part of the development. So this is a development for all of Guyana. One Guyana means all Guyana. Comrades, I have friends overseas. When we announced the 100,000 cash grant, and the qualification was 18 years and be a Guyanese, I was bombarded with calls and texts. I'm a Guyanese, I live in New York, can I come home and register for my money? And I said yes, because the General Secretary and the President already in the press conferences said yes. And I lived to see thousands of Guyanese came home from 101 reasons, but they took the time to register because they want to test the system. And when they get a check or they get a notification, even though they fly back home, that the check is ready, they call me and they text me, and all they were saying, thank you government, thank the PPP. We are now a member of the PPP. We don't support the PPP. So you have Guyanese throughout the length and breadth of Guyana. You have Guyanese overseas in the diaspora who came to the conclusion that the PPPC is a serious party. When they said they're going to do something, let us do it. Promise made, promise delivered. Comrades, when you raise an issue with us, when you ask me a question about development, we take notes. We promise you that we will go to the drawing board. You're going to hear from us. And many times when you wake up in the morning, the earth moving equipment already doing the road. The excavator clearing the drain. And you busy calling to find out how it happened. Because you feel it was a miracle, right? But you have a government that believes in you. You have a government that will continue to deliver the public goods and services that you demand. Every day that will keep us awake. This is not a government that when you ask them something, you're going to get an answer like, very soon, very shortly. You're getting a positive answer. Not very soon, very shortly. The answer is, we will get it done for you. And you will always vote for government that will get things done for you. You and your children. Your children is your future. Today, a child comes into the world in Guyana, and we say, compliments of the PPPC, welcome to the world. Here is $100,000 for your parents to help in your upbringing. And as the child grows, When the child gets into nursery school, every year, you will get $50,000 or in the future more. When the child goes into primary school, they will continue to get the money. They get money for the school uniform. They get money for the school books. The child go into secondary school. They get money for the school uniform, the school books, and the Because We Care. That is what our government stands for, providing for the people every day. And the child will go on to university. The child will go on to university, which is free. But before that, the CXC we paying for that now. So you not to pay for no CXC. All you got to do is ensure this child do their homework, ensure they get rest, ensure they sleep, ensure they do some housework. Because it's part of developing the personality of the child, around the personality. And Guyana future is secure. You, your child, and your caring government that we represent here. All right. We are here with you. We are here with you, and we will remain with you during the good times and during the bad times. As we said, during thick and thin, we will be with you. If Blackbush Polder and Yakusari flood out, we will be the first to go in there and deliver relief to the people. And we have done that every year since we were in government. When the water go down and you're ready to replant, we are there with the 1 bag of fertilizer per acre and the seed body for you. We don't tell you rice is private business. Rice is you and we business, all we business. Because when you grow the rice and you benefit from your profits, you pay your taxes, and everything happens easily in Guyana. We have money to do the drainage and the irrigation, so when the next crop comes around, you have all the safeguards, you have all the security. And as a government, we're talking about crop insurance now, right? So during the next 5 years, you'll have crop insurance, right? All these things will come on board because we're building a modern Guyana. The way we've been doing things for the last 100 years, some of it is good, but there are a lot of improvements in technologies, techniques, modern way of doing things, and we incorporate in that. We're training you, we're educating you, and we ensure you get the necessary knowledge and equipment to modernize everything that we do in Guyana. So this is not just about infrastructure alone. This is about education. This is about empowerment. Youths are no longer being known as the leaders of tomorrow. They're leading today because we want them with us side by side leading. And no better example than a young president and our General Secretary, even though he's not so young now, he was young when he became president. My bad. History is a great teacher. Go and read some of the articles or the Western Trial. When Dr. Chedi Jagan formed the PPP party, he was a young man. And all his supporters there were him. They were young people. His wife was young. All the other members were young. Even Fabs Burnham, who joined them afterward, but there's another story. He was young too. You know why? Because Dr. Jagan recognized that having young people with their knowledge, with their youth, with their exuberance, it was what was required to move Guyana forward many, many years ago. The same thing is required to move Guyana forward today. Comrades, remember the recent history. When the AP and UFC won in 2015, they bring back a whole set of retirees. Some people retired 21 years before 2015, come and become ambassador, chief executive officer, chairman of board, and all them things. And the young people in the APNU complain. Many of them wrote letters in the papers, how they campaign with them. And now they win the election and they bring a whole set of old friends and family and give them big position. We will never do that to you. Everybody that we put in position, they are young, not so young, and they're Guyanese who were tried and tested here in Guyana. They struggle with us. Comrades, these are the things that you must remember. I don't want you only to remember the health center, the new hospital, the new road. Those are things that we will continue to do once we're in government. The new schools, the money that you get, all the actions that we took to keep the cost of living in a stable situation. And you will hear more of that later. But we took some decisions that cost billions of dollars to ensure that you not only survive, but thrive in Guyana. Many of you are home owners for the first time over the last 5 years. Isn't that so? Many of you register your businesses and you own your own businesses for the first time in 5 years. 2020 to now, over 60,000 new employees in all sectors, private sector, public sector, you name it, anywhere in Guyana. People who own their own business and employing people too. Ours is a government, a visionary government that has implemented policies that were designed to make you thrive here in Guyana. So you move from surviving under the APNU to thriving under the PPPC Force Storm 2020-2025. And you go to higher heights 25 to 2030. Isn't that so? So you vote in, you give me the big man, give me the big man the next storm. Isn't that so? And comrades, I am also a big man, but I will be here to support the bigger man. Comrades, there are more promises that will come, but I wish to tell you that in the next storm, we will finish the gas to energy project and your cost of electricity will reduce by 50%. Comrades, that last road in your community that is still to be done, we will continue until it's done. Every region will have housing development plans. That is what we stand for as a government. And we will come to you as we did in the past, as we are doing now. We will come to you house to house. We will listen to you at your bottom house meetings, and we will continue to craft development plans for you, all the people of Guyana. And it has nothing to do as we said As we said, after we won the election and in our manifesto in 2020, we don't care who you vote for. When we bring in development, it's for everybody. One Guyana, share prosperity. So forward together for a better Guyana is a continuation of One Guyana, a continuation of growth for all Guyanese, a continuation of shared prosperity, a continuation of development in every community in this country. That is what we stand for, that is what we delivered, and that is what we will continue to deliver in the next 5 years development cycle. Comrades, now that you understand, now that we're ready to move forward together, you will listen to the other two heavyweights in their speech. Keep the focus. Don't be PPP. The only party that makes sense. The only party that making sense in Guyana today. PPP. Thank you very much.
Let us put it on for the Prime Minister of our country. This is a real Prime Minister. Bring the right mark to it. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring to you an artist from Berbice. He hails from Blackbush Boulder. The famous mystic Romeo, known as the Kulibai. Mystic.
School someone mesa. Hey! School someone mesa. Yeah! Hey! But people here, you see some black person around there. Yeah, man, yeah, you good price for rice. Man, yeah, you fertilizer. And you come from here, so man, and you make some lies. Say it, come! DJ, say Mark, pick up yourself, Mark. Yo! PPP, we said. We not deal with no far part push-ups. Sorry, you don't step that far to me for saying it's a pass swing party. We not deal with anything there. You understand? I'm going to tell you something. Don't ever put cat for a swing. Oh, you want to do something like that? Hey, I want to people like this sense. You can't put cat for a swing. Come on, we make all this stuff about yo, the pass swing. Pressure, what is that? Yeah, man! Here it comes! I love to see the people there, man. Rakesh, you break the law here. Watch, tell me, President, something. Let him.
Let us beg it. Let us give Mystic a round of applause from Blackbush Folder. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here not only to celebrate our unity and progress, but to reaffirm our commitment to a brighter future for every Guyanese in every corner of this country. At the heart of that vision is a man whose leadership, intellect, and dedication have shaped the modern part of our nation. Today, over the last 25 years, he has served in the leadership capacity of our country. Today, he is General Secretary of the largest multiracial party of our country. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our Vice President, General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party, Dr. Bharat Chandel.
Thank you. First of all, allow me to thank every one of you for being here today. Chedi Jagan, the founder of our party, was born just a stone throw away from here. And I'm sure that if he is looking down upon us today here, he will be extremely proud as to how his party has grown, how they have remained faithful to his ideal, and how they have remained committed to serving the people of this country. In 1950, Chedi Jagan sought to unite the people of our country to fight for independence. And it was largely because of the PPP struggle that we achieved independence. And then again, he united our people to fight for freedom in Guyana when that was snatched away from us by the PNC. Our country was split along racial lines because of the lies they told about Chedi Jagan and the PPP. And today, we're breaking down those barriers, we're dismantling the lies so that we can become a national united party along the lines of what Chedi Jagan envisaged when he set the party up. Because he knew that the only way that this country would make lasting progress if all of its people enjoy the benefit of that progress. He knew that we had to unite people across race, across religion, across gender, across age barriers, so that the national task of developing prosperity for our children and everyone else would be achieved. And so today, as General Secretary of the party, I stand here with immense pride. And I'm sure in your hearts, you also share that pride. I want you to understand how Guyana would have been without the PPP in leadership. In 2020, had we not succeeded in the fight for democracy, Guyana would have been a very different place today. We would have been sanctioned like Venezuela is because they stole
the right of people to vote freely. Guyana would have been a pariah state. People would have had to flee this country. No one would have done business with us because we would have been a sanctioned nation. And that is what the PNC was leading us to when they sought to steal the elections in 2020. They lied to their supporters. They told them they had the SOPs. We knew in the PPP they were lying. But the people who came to us, who believed the PNC lies at that time, many of them might be here today, but they recognize now that it was a lie to snatch power by an elite in the PNC that had no concern for them, but only cared about power for the sake of power. So what do they do now, today, when they go back to the communities and seek vote again in Georgetown, in Bartica, in New Amsterdam, or anywhere else in the PPP strongholds? What do you say to people? You say, we won the elections in 2020, but the PPP stole it. That's a lie that they still tell. What would they say to the pensioners? Because they promised them to double old age pension in 100 days, but then took away their free water. What do they say to the children who they took away the cash grant from? What do they say to the sugar workers who were promised 20% salary increase every year and got 0 in 5 years? What do they say to the rice farmers? What do they say to the businessmen? They can't say anything. That is why the turnout at their meetings are so low, because their supporters as well as ours recognize that the PNC, no matter what they promise, AFC and APNU, they will never deliver on those promises. So today, you're mainly from Region 6 here, and I want to talk about something that has always bothered me historically. It seems that deeply seated in the APNU is a prejudice against Region 6. Somehow they believe that because it's a PPP stronghold, they must make no investment in this region. Never mind, they get a lot of support from Region 6, like in New Amsterdam and many villages. They in a blanket way, discriminated against Region 6. When I was president and we sought to bring the university campus here to Region 6, they opposed it. When they were in government, they cut the budget for this region. They stopped spending on everything that mattered in this region. The sugar industry was closed and it had major consequences for many people. Rose Hall Estate was closed. They sent home 7,000 sugar workers. But if you think that was in the past, at their launch, they said, one of their speakers said, we will shut the sugar industry down and grow marijuana on the land. You heard them. That's not 2020. That's not 2015. That is a couple of weeks ago, the plan was released where they intend to shut the sugar industry down. I remember when they went to WIM, Moses Nagamutu and the others, and said to the sugar workers, we will expand sugar. And we warned against it, that they will shut down estates. People didn't believe us in 2015. Well, now they're saying it again, but this time more explicitly, they've said they will shut down sugar. So all those sugar workers who are here today and their families, you have seen what it's all about. They plan to shut sugar down. You will not have a job. The rice industry in this region, they also, you have a lot of rice farmers. Granger said it was a private industry. Up to now, they can't unveil a single initiative to help farmers, including the rice farmers. They have not. The part-time workers, 4,500 of them here. The day APNU wins the election, you lose your jobs because they've expressed that already. They said we are using the part-time workers as politically, they're criminals. We put them in the protest lines to burn people's places. Well, there are many part-time workers across this country, women especially, that we had to find jobs for because they had none under APNU. If I want to talk to the housewives too, the housewives, they talk about cost of living, and if we did not subsidize electricity, if we didn't subsidize transportation, because every gallon of gas that you use to come here, or diesel, the government subsidy is 500 to 600 Ghana dollars per gallon. If we didn't subsidize water, if we didn't subsidize mortgages, your cost of living would have been out of way beyond what it is today. It's true, because some housewives met me and they're concerned about grocery prices. But we have kept a lot of that under check. Norton said he will remove the subsidy from electricity sometime back. And when I exposed him, he changed his view. Next year, you're going to get your electricity bill cut by 50%. We will continue to work to ensure that the cost of living comes down to everyone. Without the PPP in office, there will be no 4-lane road. In the next 2 years, by the next term in office, you'll be able to drive from Molson Creek to New Amsterdam on a 4-lane road. You'll be able to drive across the Berbice River on a 4-lane high-span bridge, toll-free. The 2 hospitals that we're building here will be open, delivering world-class health care to people in Berbice. The one in New Amsterdam would deliver international care. It's $160 million only for that one hospital that's under construction now. Without us in office, none of those things would have been in place. Berbice would have been a forgotten county, because there's an institutional discrimination in the PNC and APNU against people who live in Berbice. So whether you're from New Amsterdam, or Liverpool, or Manchester, or Portmont, or Albion, or Tobu, or Chesney, or Blackbush Bowl, or anywhere else in this region, you have to understand what is at stake here. That only with a PPP government can this region make progress. And the last elections, we got 40,000 votes from this region. I'm looking for at least 55,000 votes in these elections. You know, there are lots of shenanigans because they recognize the might of the PPP. Look around here and you see that might reflected in this crowd. And our party has grown because it is a trustworthy party. It does what it says, and it is a party that plans for the future. We've outlined plans in every sector. As Mark said, we don't say soon and shortly. We have clear plans for the whole future. I saw Azruddin Mohammed coming to the Berbice and meeting with some sugar workers. And you know what they do? They take pictures of people who don't even want to be in the pictures because they're afraid of being sanctioned. So the plot here, they went to the sugar workers and told them they will support them heavily. They paid a few people to carry the message. People like Ramaya, I saw he now left them again. He left them, went to them, he went away again. Azerbaijan already lost his visa. He can't go to the United States. Azerbaijan, in the last 5 years, all Azerbaijan has been doing is calling me to beg Zulfi to give him a 50,000 more raise every day. But he was AFC too. Charles Sugrim is AFC. So the AFC handed Mohammed their entire apparatus to help him organize with some PNC people, because they know they can't come back to you. They can't go to the sugar workers again with the old message, because people will chase them. So they want a new face. And the Mohammeds, it wasn't the PPP that said that US agencies are investigating him for smuggling drugs from Colombia, for gold smuggling, and for laundering money for the Russian mafia. It was not the PPP. It was Reuters, the largest news agency in the world. It wasn't the PPP that sanctioned Mohammed. It was OFAC, the United States Treasury. Of the 7 billion people in the world, he and his father are two of 17,000. Imagine that. He's putting our country at risk. Just imagine, should our worst nightmare come true, and he were to become president. He puts our country at risk because the American government has stood by us against the Venezuelan threat. They even had a piece of legislation now going to the Senate to say that the defense secretary must report to the Senate on what plans they're taking to help Guyana protect